Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Catherine. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be introducing you guys to my fall 2018 project pan. This is my first ever project pan, and for those of you who are not familiar with the concept of project pan, I'll explain it in just a second. But first, if you guys could do two things for me. First of all, if you could let me know what time of day you typically watch YouTube. I'm just trying to refine my posting schedule to better reach my viewers. And two, if you do remember, if you could tell me how you found my channel, I just kind of would like to know. I'm very curious. And of course, as always, don't forget to subscribe. I'm here every Wednesday and Sunday. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really does help me out. And let's get started. So project pan is basically this trend, if you'll have it, that's been going around the makeup community for quite some time now, and there aren't really any solid rules to it, but basically the purpose of project pan is to use up or just get good use out of products that you already own. So typically how it's done is people just pick out products from their collection and then give themselves a deadline by which they either have to use those products up or just hit pan on them or both. Like I said, there are no real solid rules. So mine is my fall 2018 project. So basically all the products in this video I am hoping to either use up or hit pan on by the winter solstice. I decided to do my first project pan because I've just been really overwhelmed by the amount of new makeup releases lately, and they always seem so bright and shiny and I get very drawn into them, and I'm finding that I'm just getting so many products that I never really get the chance to use a product because I'll get a new thing and then I'm using that and then another new thing comes out and I forget about the old new thing, if you will. So in this video I'm just going to be introducing you guys to the products that I'm putting in this project pan and explaining just a little bit about why I'm throwing each product in here. So first up we have primers. The first thing that I am aiming to use up, and most definitely will, is this Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy Face Primer. So this primer is super awesome. It's both hydrating and adds a little bit of a shimmery glow to your face. I just really haven't been reaching for it because I actually am almost to the end of it. I really only have about this much product left in here, and whenever that starts to happen for me with a product, I stop reaching for it because I'm like, oh no, like I'm gonna use it up and then I'm not gonna have that product anymore, or I'll have to buy a new one. So I'm just gonna make it my goal to use this up. And then a lot of times I like to layer a more hydrating primer with a pore filling primer concentrated in my T-zone area, as I do have rather large pores in this area. So I am also aiming to use up my Touch in Sol No Poreblem Primer. As you can see, there's not a whole lot left in here either. It's gotten to the point where it's a little bit hard to pump the product out. I think the pump is just a little bit shorter than the actual bottle. But I really love this product. I find that it is way less drying than other pore filling primers. A lot of times pore filling primers are super silicone-y and super drying, but this one is not super drying and it smells amazing. So I think this is a great one to add to the collection. And then I do also have two products for foundation. So the first foundation that I would like to use up is my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. So this was my holy grail foundation for the longest time. I started using this in my senior year of high school, and this was my favorite foundation all the way up to like the first semester of my sophomore year of college. So I was using this for quite some time. I've repurchased many tubes of this. And then in February, I did make the decision to go cruelty-free with my makeup collection, but I'm still aiming to use up all of my non-cruelty-free products before I dispose of them. So this product is not cruelty-free, so I'm just hoping to use this up and be able to get rid of it so that I can make my collection actually cruelty-free and not just not be purchasing non-cruelty-free items, if you know what I mean. And then the other foundation that I am aiming to use up is the Wet n Wild Mega Cushion Foundation. So this is actually my second one of these foundations, and the reason that I haven't been reaching for this is because I went through the first one so quickly that I was just like hesitant to reach for this. Cushion foundations really are not optimal for reducing product waste. Like, you really don't get a lot for your money out of cushion foundations. This is $9 and there's half an ounce of product, and then you can't even really get all of that half ounce of product out of the cushion. But I realized that that's a really dumb reason not to reach for something. This is a very, very beautiful sheer foundation. It makes my skin look absolutely lovely, glowing, and healthy without really looking like I've got anything on the skin. And it smells absolutely amazing. So I am going to force myself to stop being scared and go ahead and actually use this. For concealer, I would like to use up my Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer. So I bought this because a lot of YouTubers I really like raved about this, and I absolutely love the formula of this. It's just that this only comes in 3 shades, and the shade that I got is a bit too yellow and light for me. Catrice really needs to work on expanding the shade range of their complexion products. They have lovely, lovely products that only a select few of people can actually try out. So this one doesn't look like it has a whole ton of product left in here. It is rather a small tube size to begin with. So I'm thinking that this one will be rather easy to finish up. And if that is the case, I will go ahead and move on to my Tarte Shape Tape. I'm sort of treating this as a rolling pan, so anything that I finish up over the course of the next 3 months, I will replace with another product from the same category. For setting powder, I'd like to use up my Maybelline Fit Me Loose Setting Powder for the same reason as the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. I just want to get rid of all of the non-cruelty-free items in my collection. I absolutely love this powder, and I feel that I have finally found my cruelty-free dupe for it with the Milk Makeup Blur and Set powder. So now that that is the case, I can finally just use this up, know that I have a replacement for it, and you guys never have to see this on my channel again. The next 2 products are things that I'm not necessarily hoping to use up, but just hit pan on. So this first one is the e.l.f. blush palette. So I really just chose this one because it seemed like an easy way to ease myself into the panning of blushes. I definitely don't want to limit myself to only using 1 or 2 shades. This will allow me to do that. And then oftentimes I just don't reach for my face palettes just because of the way that I have my vanity set up. It's much easier for me to reach for my single blushes than my blush palette. So even though I absolutely love this, I think it's a great bang for your buck product and it's just so beautiful, I don't reach for it as much as I should. So including it in this will remind me that, hey, this is here and it's absolutely amazing, and you can create tons of unique blush looks with it. And then I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit in Gleam. This was one of my first highlighters. I think I had 1 or 2 before I owned this, but this is the thing that got me super into highlighter. I do have this on the cheeks right now, and I forgot how beautiful this was. Like, this does not emphasize texture at all. It can be built up to a crazy blinding highlight, or it can be a very subtle glow. Like, it is such an amazing formula. So they actually don't make this specific glow kit anymore. They only make the sugar and the sunbeam glow kits, I believe it is. So that's sort of why I stopped reaching for this as much. And as you can see, I have very much loved this shade Starburst right here. This alone is just a beautiful highlight shade on my complexion. So my goal for the next 3 months is to also hit pan on Mimosa and Crushed Pearl. I think it's quite unrealistic for me to plan on hitting Hard Candy, so I'm just not going to. This shade doesn't really work as a blush topper or a highlighter or a bronzer on me, and that's why I don't love highlighter palettes so much. There's always that one shade, but this is so, so beautiful. So hopefully I will get some use out of it, stop being scared that just because it's discontinued I won't be able to get another one. I just need to enjoy it while it's here. For brows, I would like to use up my Wet n Wild retractable brow pencil. I got this a while ago and they were actually buy one get one free at the time, so I have 2 of these and I'd like to use up at least 1. At the time I liked this, but honestly if I'm gonna use a pencil I prefer a micro pencil because you get more definition and I feel like you just get more out of it. Plus the color of this like isn't perfect for me, so like I don't hate it, it's just I have other brow products that I like a lot better and it'd be nice to just use this up so it's not just sitting there untouched. And then I'd also like to use up my NYX brow mascara. This was my holy grail brow mascara for the longest time, and I finally found the AOA Studio Brow Gel, which I like a million times better than this. It has more grip, it adds more volume, and it is just like the perfect color for my eyebrows. So I'd like to use this up. I don't really know how I'm gonna measure this being used up. I guess when it's just like so dry that nothing else is coming out of it. Choosing a lip product was sort of hard for me. If you watch my channel, you know that I don't do bold lips a whole lot. It's just not something that I love for my face. So I needed to be realistic about what I could actually use up in 3 months time without it being like painful for me to do. So I ended up choosing the ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip in Wham. Yes, Wham. So this is from their collaboration with Laura Lee. So I'm choosing to use it up partially because it's from the collaboration with Laura Lee. After all of the shit that surfaced with her lately, I don't really want to support her collaborations or products anymore. I'm also getting rid of the 2 palettes that I purchased from her. And then I also don't really love the glitter formula of this. I love ColourPop's normal Ultra Glossy Lip formula, but their glitter ones just feel so gritty. Like you can feel every grain of glitter on the lips. So while this is quite beautiful, it's not actually as comfortable to wear as some of my other glosses. So it'd be nice to just get rid of it. And then last makeup product I'd like to use up is my Hard Candy Long Wear Sheer Envy Setting Spray. Got this about a year ago, I think. I was just home and I needed a setting spray, so I picked this up at Walmart. And it was okay, but it didn't feel super hydrating. I definitely prefer my Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 setting spray over this, and I also liked the Milani setting spray better when I had it. So I don't have a whole lot left in here. I don't need this in my collection. It's not adding a whole lot of value to my collection, so I might as well use it up and move on to things that I like better. And then I do just have 2 skincare items that I'd like to use up. The first one is the Ordinary Lactic Acid Peel. So I went a little crazy over the summer with adding all of these active products to my routine. I added lactic acid, glycolic acid, retinol, and I was just doing way too much on my face and my skin started to freak out. So I stopped all of it and just went back to my trusty old BHA exfoliant that I've been using for literal years. But I tried this on my face the other night and I realized that this makes such a lovely difference on my face. So I'm thinking if I limit my use to twice a week, it's very reasonable for me to use this up over the next 3 months. And it is quite a lovely product, and I think it'll help exfoliate away some of that dryness that is probably going to come with fall as well. And then I would like to use up my Botanics micellar water. They were kind enough to send me this as well as a few other products from their collections. And the only reason that I really don't reach for this quite as much, you can see that I've got lots of use out of it, but I just hate the amount of cotton pads that I have to use when I use my micellar water. I know there are reusable cotton pads and I've been looking into what ones might be good for me, but I just feel like I use 4 cotton pads when I'm taking my face off with water. But if I use a cleansing oil, I literally just have to rub my face in the shower and it rinses right off. But this is a lovely product. It takes my makeup off very easily and there's no reason I shouldn't be using it. And if I'm not going to use it, it's just sitting there on my desk. So I might as well use it up and clear up some space. So those are all the products that I'm planning to use up this fall. Then another thing is that I'm not going to be buying any new products in any of the categories that I've shown you today. I don't know if that's obvious or not, but I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to keep all of them in this bag on my desk. I'm thinking I might buy a cute little basket from Target or something, just so I have all the products in one place and I'm reminded that, oh yeah, I should be using that, or I can use that like this. You know what I mean? So I'm going to do a update maybe halfway through, so in 5 or 6 weeks, because we're about a week in the fall now. I hope that you guys are interested / excited about this project pan. I know I am, and I'm very excited to push myself to make creative and interesting videos that don't rely just on, hey, I got this new product. So if you are excited about this project pan, don't forget to give this a thumbs up and let me know down below if you guys have ever done a project pan and how that went for you. I'm very curious. I'm super into this whole concept of panning right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you and I will see you on Wednesday.